All right, just a couple more songs here. Maybe just two more songs. And before I'm done, I would play one more song for you off my first record. This is probably the simplest song I've ever written. There's nothing cryptic about this next song. It's pretty straightforward. This is a song about Jesus. I just have this one in all these years, 21 years, just this one song about Jesus. And which fascinates me because apparently for the better part of the last 20 some odd years, I've been doing what some people like to call Christian music. You guys have that? Have that here in Chattanooga? Christian music? Heard of that? I have no idea what that could possibly mean. Christian music. Forgive me if you've heard me say this before. I'm going to say it again. I think it bears repeating. But the word Christian, when applied to anything other than a human being, is a marketing term. It's a marketing term. That's all that it is. And it's not that it's not helpful. Marketing terms are super helpful. They help us in culture to navigate to the things we wish to consume. There's no problem there. But it cannot mean more than that. It cannot mean what people mean for it to mean when they use it. They can't. It can't mean that. In the way that it might mean when you talk about Christian people, Christian stuff, there's no such thing as Christian music. There's no such thing as Christian radio stations, Christian retail stores, Christian education, Christian theme parks, Christian breath mints, Christian goods and services. There's just no such thing. Because when you use it to describe people, you're typically talking about people who you think of as saved or redeemed, right? Saved people, I guess. And that cannot be true when you're talking about other stuff than people. There is no music that is simply because we designate it so, is redeemed, saved. There is no saved, inherently saved or redeemed music. There isn't. Nor could there possibly be. It's just illogical. Records do not have a will and volition that they can exercise, that they can put their... Jesus did not come as the perfect pop album, and so other pop albums can put their faith in that, and they are saved somehow inherently. It's just illogical. It makes no sense. The Christian music you're hearing on your local Christian radio station that does not exist will not be the only music that we're listening to in heaven, simply because that's the saved stuff. So that's the only stuff that's going up, right? Because that's the saved stuff. That's what we mean when we talk about people, apparently, and it cannot be true of other stuff. It cannot be. But here's what it also cannot mean. Simply because we rubber stamp it on something, it's a marketing term. Simply because we rubber stamp it on something does not mean that that thing or that stuff is inherently somehow right, true, good, or beautiful. It doesn't just mean that the stuff that is the Christian stuff is right, true, good, or beautiful. The stuff that is categorized as Christian does not have the market cornered on rightness, truth, goodness, and beauty. It doesn't. What's really being sold there? When people label stuff as Christian, what's really being sold? When you see the billboards on the highways for the Christian radio stations that don't exist, the Christian radio stations, what do they say? They say, safe for the whole family. Safe for the whole family. Here's the problem with that. Jesus was not safe, not for the whole family, not by a long shot. So I don't know what they're advertising there, but it's not that. What they're advertising is safety. Safety, security. That's exactly the idea when you come to the Christian retail store that does not exist. You come and the idea is this store is Christian. Everything in here is Christian stuff. So once you cross the threshold and come into our store, everything here is Christian. So you can just relax your powers of discernment and come in and consume at will. Because everything here is Christian stuff. Everything here has been vetted somehow for your spiritual benefit. Just come in and have at it. It's all Christian stuff. And inversely, everything that's not in here, right? Everything that's not rubber stamped as Christian is not been vetted for your spiritual benefit. It's not right, true, good, or beautiful. So don't go near it. Train your children to live in fear of it. Just come in and consume the Christian stuff, because this is the stuff that's right, true, good, and beautiful, and the rest is not. Well, folks, here's the thing. That sounds like a fine way to control the behavior of a child, right? That does not sound like any way to live as a mature, critically thinking adult. No, it doesn't. I don't think Jesus would have you live in fear of anything, let alone the lack of a marketing term. right? And I don't think he would have you put your faith and your security anywhere you find it. Whatever's called Christian, go and huddle around that and let's just consume that. Anything that's not, live and run away and live in fear of. And as though there is a secular molecule in the universe, which of course there's not. So, but here's the reason I know for sure that this is true. Here's the reason I know for sure that there's no such thing as Christian stuff. That all that stuff in that Christian store, that's all false advertising. Here's how I know for sure. Because my records are carried there. My records are in there. That's how I know they don't have the market cornered rightness, truth, goodness, beauty. Because you see, I come from Nashville, Tennessee, where all the sausage is made in terms of Christian goods and Christian services, right? Me and my friends apparently are the ones making all this Christian stuff. And you don't know me very well. Let me tell you this. You cannot trust me and my friends in Nashville, Tennessee. You cannot trust us, folks. I am just as likely to lie to you, to mislead you, accidentally even, on the records that I make, as anyone else. Just because someone categorizes what I've done as Christian does not mean I'm telling the truth. Does not mean that I'm right. It does not make it right, true, good, or beautiful. I'm just as likely to lie to you as anybody else. And the stuff that's not categorized as Christian is just as likely to tell you the truth as I am or anybody else. It just means nothing. It's a marketing term. Because let me see if I can describe my heart to you. I can hear you saying, and I've heard this before, like, stop being difficult. You're a Christian. What you make is Christian. Just stop being difficult about it. Like, you made it. It's Christian. You're a Christian. Well, here's the problem with that. Again, you don't know me very well, but let me see if I can describe my heart to you. Okay? My heart, and I'm suspicious yours is as well, is like a little factory that 24 hours a day, 365 days a year till the day that I am dead, never ever shuts down. Its lights never turn off. Smoke never stops bellowing from its towers. And all that it does, even while I am sleeping till the day that I am dead, all my heart does, all that factory does, is manufacture things for me to worship other than Jesus. That's all it does, day and night. Day and night. That's all it does. So I would be careful categorizing anything that comes out of that heart as Christian. If there's anyone making secular art, it's me. Why? Because my heart is thoroughly secular, and it does not reform, not in this life. I'm not to be trusted. So please don't put your faith and your security in a marketing term, please. Let's live like adults. Let's stop letting people do our thinking for us and trust these categories, man. That's just not true. It couldn't be true. So that said, here's my one song about Jesus. I don't know what you're going to do about it. This is going to be complicated now. It's complicated. So I don't know what you're going to call this. I'll just play this and one more song. And thank you guys for sticking with me tonight. Like a man comes to an altar. Oh, I came into this town with the world upon my shoulders and promises passed down. And I went into the water, and my Father, He was pleased. I built it and I'll tear it down so you will be set free. Yes, and I found thieves and salesmen living in my Father's house, and I know how they got in here, and I know how to get them out. I'm turning this place over from the floor to balcony. And then, just like these doves and sheep, oh, you will be set free. 'Cause I have always been a lover from before I drew a breath. Oh, and some things I love So of those who come, I can't lose one, so you will be set free. Oh, you will be set free. Go on in, take my picture. Oh, go on in, make me up. I will still be your defender, and you will be my missing son. Oh, and I'll send out an army just to bring you back to me. 'Cause regardless of your brother's lies, oh, you will be set free. Because I am my beloved's, oh, and my beloved's mine. And so you bring all your history, I will bring the bread and wine. Oh, and we'll have us a party, oh, where all the drinks are on me. Then as surely as this rising sun, oh, you will be set free. Oh, you will be set free. Thank you so much, man.